Morning. Today we are at the Dollar Tree and we are doing a survival kit challenge. We each have $25 to spend and we are creating a portable survival kit to use, pack up, and take with you. We're gonna head inside, see what they have. We can't spend over $25 before tax. Then we'll set it up and try some of these items out down in the land. And then I need you guys to vote to see who won, Brett or I. Now, he did win the last challenge, hands down. So we're going to do it again. We're going to see. And then we're also going to do a spend the night challenge pretty darn soon. Let's head in, see what they've got.
I just realized the trunk of the tree is a 1 because everything's $1.
That's true. Also have to get something to put everything into for the challenge as well. So we are down on the land and we're gonna start unloading our stuff. Each of us had to spend $1 on a carrying bag. And then about 20 items, unless you went down the more expensive aisle, because everything's $1.25, but there's an aisle with some more expensive stuff. So I grabbed a $3 towel. Now, I picked this because I could use it as a pillow. I could use it as a blanket. I could use it as something to sit on. I could use it as something to dry off or wash dishes with. Just having a towel is going to be immensely important. I also grabbed this guy right here, and Brett was eyeballing me over this, but this is going to be my cooking grate. So my plan is to push this into the ground, and once I push this into the ground, I can put coals around it and build up a fire, and I can start setting my pans on top of it. Now, once you get that all lined up, you can walk away, do what you need to do, and cook on top of that. And I bought 2 different style pans, one to prepare food, one to boil water. That is going to be a great option. Also grab some paracord. Also grab some Ziploc bags, because what I have is cotton balls and Vaseline, the old Boy Scout trick, which we'll show you in a second. But I mix the cotton balls and Vaseline and store them in a Ziploc bag. Now, the other thing is you can store food, water. You can get all kinds of kindling and keep them dry. Anything you want to keep dry, you can store them in these gallon Ziploc bags. A water bottle for obvious reasons. Scissors to cut cordage. Brett also made fun of me. And then I also brought some dish soap. For me, hygiene is going to be important. And having this goes a long, long way. So you can wash your hands, tend to cuts. This is just going to be great across the board to have. I got a couple of knives. This one's going to be good right here for, I'm going to try to baton wood. It may fall apart. Brett and I believe both bought tarps, because these are just obvious quick shelters that can be set up and taken down. I personally got 3 for the money, and then I also got some paracord. So this is everything I got for $25 at the Dollar Tree. 2 things of paracord. I feel like this is a great option for survival for 25 bucks, but let's see what Brett has.
All right, so what I picked up was obviously the fashionable spooky Halloween bag.
just because it's the first one I saw, and that's what I got. I picked up the essentials, toilet paper. Other than the obvious, this can also be used as kindling in a pinch. I picked up 2 of these tarps. Like Brian said, quick, easy shelter. Got 2 rolls of the heavy duty duct tape. Be able to patch my tarps, seal up my bag if it rips. There's a whole lot of uses that I can do with this. Got 2 of these hanks of just some cheap cord. I went with this over the paracord because this is 40 feet as opposed to the 25 feet that the paracord had. I know you can pull the guts out of the paracord, but it's not my style. Got a 3-pack of the disposable lighters. Even if they get wet or the butane runs out, you can always spark off the flint with these, and a 3-pack will last a good long time. Got something I think a lot of people overlook, and that is a small sewing kit. Nothing's worse than when you pop the button off your britches. So I'll be able to put that back on with this, as well as make minor repairs to rips in pants, shirts, things like that. I picked up the $5 box of the 30-gallon trash bags. This is 25 bags. This would be great for packing full of leaves and making an insulating barrier, as well as kind of a more comfortable sleeping platform. Comfort and insulation is going to be key when it comes to sleeping. Picked up, instead of an empty water bottle, 2 full water bottles. I have immediate water rations, and then I also have 2 50-ounce containers that I can do whatever with. Picked up a 4-pack of the serrated steak knives. They're not going to be the greatest for processing wood, but the serrations are going to hopefully keep an edge on these a little bit longer. They'll be good for processing food, cutting cordage, and I can always find downed logs that I don't have to baton. Those are my bags. And then instead of something to cook my water in, I bought 2 cans of soup. I didn't like how the baking sheets, they're not really big. They're kind of cumbersome when they get hot from boiling. It's going to be hard to transfer that into another dish. Once I finish up these soups, I'll have 2 easily handleable water dishes to boil my water or boil food, however I want to do it.
Now at this point, we're going to demo some of the things that we did, and we're going to kind of joint demo our tarps with the cordage and show you guys how to set up a quick little tarp shelter. The other thing is I did have lighters. I don't know where they went, and I meant to replace one of the paracords with the lighters. So I am going to cheat and steal one of Brett's lighters, but just know I'm bailing on one of my paracord strings and going for a lighter, because obviously I got the cotton balls and the Vaseline trick. But we're going to start demoing some stuff. We'll come back once the shelter's set up, and we'll show you guys some of the fire tricks. So as Brett's setting up the shelter, I'm going to show you guys the cotton ball and Vaseline trick. You simply dip the cotton balls in Vaseline, then squish it around inside a bag, coating them. Now the cotton will act once you fluff it up as an easily ignitable piece of kindling, and then the petroleum jelly will burn like a fuel because it is a fuel. The other thing is this serves medical purposes. You can use the cotton balls to cover up a wound, tie it off. You can use the petroleum jelly as chapstick or to cover a wound as well. This is going to be great multi-use thing, but I'll show you guys the cotton ball trick in a second. Again, Brett is tying it up. Now, I think he's already bent his knife over there, Brett, didn't you?
I got 3 more.
Okay, so I got 3 more. He's already bent one knife. So we are working on setting up a second shelter, a slightly different style. I'm going to work on making some stakes. Brett's knife already bent. Now I grabbed this one, not a 4-pack. I think it's a little bit more robust. I'm going to try it out next. So I'm going to work on some of these stakes for the shelters themselves. Those tarps are pretty cheap, but you know, you got to do what you got to do with the Dollar Tree survival kits. I also want you guys to vote in the comment section below who you think got the better kit. Was it Brett or was it me? I think there's advantages and disadvantages to both, but I'm going to work on this and we'll show you guys what we set up. So here are the first 2 basic shelters we set up. This one is pretty simple. It's a lean-to design, easy to take down, easy to set up, and you can adjust the height. You can create shade with this. You can block rain. You can capture heat from a fire. There's a ton of different ways to do this. You just tie it off and then you stake it in. The next one is this guy right here. Now this is a really low profile. This is to keep you out of the elements. This is to keep the rain off of you. You simply tie one end of the tarp and then do a diamond pattern, stake it in. At this point, you can get under here and you have really good protection. Now, this one doesn't necessarily trap the heat from a fire, and it's really low profile. This is more of a sleeping shelter where you are on the ground, but this will definitely do the trick. Now I'm gonna try to baton some wood, get a fire going, and try out some of our other methods. Brett, again, has those trash bags, and what are you gonna do, fill those with?
Well, there's not enough leaves where we're at, but obviously in a situation where we're actually doing something like this, you know, an actual go situation, I would pick a location with more leaves, fill the trash bags up, however many I need to fully cover the ground I'm going to be sleeping on. That's going to get me off the ground, get me a little bit of cushion and a little bit of insulation so the ground doesn't soak all my heat out.
All right, now I'm gonna try to baton wood with this cheap knife, and I think it might be working. It is not wanting to split the wood. The problem with this knife is it's so thin. It's not like a normal fixed blade knife that allows you to baton super simple. We're already bending it a little bit. I'm gonna try this one. This plan may have backfired on me. I'm gonna try to take a smaller chunk out of this one. It's going slowly but surely. We're batoning a little wood. It's so bad. It's so bad. This doesn't work at all because the knife is so thin. It can process wood though. It's, I guess, sharp enough to get a little kindling, but this was a pretty big fail on my part trying to baton wood with a chef's knife. But we gave it a try. Let's see if I can redeem myself with the fire cooking stand. Hopefully this little knife can split this baby wood, and yeah, it does, no problem. It's small enough to process this little bit of wood. So we'll process this up. I guess it's better than nothing if you can find small pieces of wood with your Dollar Tree survival kit. So the first step in the process of cotton balls and Vaseline is you will get messy, but it's to fluff up those cotton balls and Vaseline so something can ignite very easily. At this point, we'll kind of gather it all into a bunch, lay it out, and then you can throw on some of the kindling we prepared with my much better knife than Brett has. I'm gonna keep saying that even though all of the knives were incredibly bad. So you can stack that up. Now, at this point, we've got a lighter, but this works really well with flint steel, but you can see it just immediately catches and then burns really well. I try not to use a ton of cotton balls, maybe 2 or 3, but you could definitely do it with 1 if you were in a true survival situation with your Dollar Tree kit. But I learned that in Boy Scouts and it works out pretty well in my opinion. So I'm just gonna steal some of Brett's water because at this point we are now working as a team. I'm calling it. I'm gonna steal some of his trash bags and we're gonna see if we can boil water with this little stand. Now this went right into the soft ground, so it worked out pretty well, to be honest with you. I was kind of shocked, but yeah, that's pretty interesting little design right there, if I do say so myself. Yeah, pretty cool.
So the only gear we have is the gear we bought from the Dollar Tree today. I don't know where he's getting a saw to process this wood to baton it, even if he could. So I'm not planning on doing that. I'm just gonna pick it up off the ground.
So our camp is progressing. We've got a little fire ring. The water is boiling. I'm gonna pull some of this wood away and slow the boil, but that is pretty cool. Again, if you needed to wash your hands, I've got the soap. There's a towel right there that I'm gonna use a pillow under my shelter. This is turning out to be a pretty good camp if I do say so myself. Oh, I didn't see you there. Let us know in the comment section below who you think won this survival challenge. Now, we kind of teamed up at the end because both of our kids didn't quite do everything we needed them to do, although Brett's did pretty good. We're gonna be doing these survival challenges and a spend the night challenge at a ton of different places, including like $100 survival challenges, maybe a $100 Amazon challenge, $100 Walmart challenge. But I wanna hear which one you want us to do next. Leave that in the comment section below, along with who you think won. Have a good one. Good night.